But I was educated, yeah, strapped like a Mac, you kill a holler, tips to the y'all with a scrap, man. I get got back in the ride, better of a gun, like punches, get your damn, all it down, watch it turn on balance, turn it to the bill. Talk to me, man, give on a Mr. Ink, was in the back, bitch, I've been in the sweet, we switch cars, me, we straight up in my roadie, rolling, talking, I'm like, on the business, we need it to our destination, open this club, couple, hit it down, trying to be romantic, they in the trouble, that big, but don't just bitch, don't around you. Fucking they give me a kiss before you be like the last bitch. I'm in the stand, holding hands, be like you a clown. You know what I mean. Now you look just ready. I'm coming with it, you rap like ready. Tell what you had. Like that shit about it, you said it. With you like a thing, I got loot. In my pocket, baby. I relax, I'm ready, baby, baby. Killer, don't niggas with the gang, it's all in the gang. These niggas on the run, so nigga put your tongue. It's time to get it on, it's time to get it on. These niggas know the mound, you motherfucking dick. I'm ready to go to war, these rough ass bitches. Nigga by your feet, a nigga on the creek. Nigga lay it down, shooting around at the rim. Shot him in my trunk, drag him to the river. Lick the body cold, no remorse for this nigga. Falling down hard, creeping up the dog. Open round niggas, kill it from the bar. Look out this shit, I'm down about my clique. I'm all about my hoe, I feel the thing of bitch. My niggas in a hood, robbing niggas, making pain. A nigga packing a pain, a nigga sweating a pain.
What's up, Benton? Can you hear me?
I can. How are you, Drew?
Good. How are you?
I'm so fat. Brendan, you're not fat.
Doing well. Thank you.
Oh, what's going on, man? Good morning, everyone. Friday or Wednesday. My days are all mixed up.
Man, you're as bad as me not knowing the day of the week.
Well, you must feel like it's Friday because you streamed so long yesterday.
Yeah, that was mostly listening to Tommy. I did my standard 2 to 3 hours and then listened to Tommy most of the rest of the time. Although we had pretty good panel just before that. I think I'm going to introduce the Tommy timer. I'm going to put a 45-minute timer on him.
The Tommy timer?
Yep, the Tommy timer. Look for that today, live after this broadcast. Welcome, everybody. Shout out to the chat, by the way. Thanks to everyone for being here as they stroll in. I see Crypto Alchemist already in the chat. That's Burn Eye.
Burn Eye, shout out.
Indeed.
Did you look into this SatanCon thing at all? This is a few days ago.
Where was this? Boston?
Yeah,
this is
Boston.
CBS Boston.
Look at these things.
You know,
well, look at the flag. Look at the flag they use.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yes, sir. Indeed. Which EBT has scolded me, but it's still basically an upside down chakra system. The colors of the pride flag. It's not exact, but it's close enough.
The gay flag you're talking about?
Oh yeah, indeed, sir.
In history, but as WBZ's Tiffany Chan tells us, attendees say their mission is misunderstood.
It's not the scary.
They're just misunderstood, guys.
Well, and real quick, that's what Alex Jones covered this, and there was apparently a documentary that came out about Satanism, and it tries to always make it look as like, oh well, it's not that serious. We're just pointing out things about the Christians or whatever. Like they always paint it as, it's not a big deal. Nothing to see here.
Where else did we hear that? Was at the beginning of the gay rights, right? We're not trying to dress up as women and come read to your kids. We just want to get married. It's not a big deal. Bigot.
Hollywood Satan that you read about, or that the folks outside who are protesting think we worship.
Dozens of people outside the Marriott Copley Place Hotel outraged that SatanCon. The Satanic Temple Convention is taking place.
I don't understand, what are they selling? There's little booths. So what the hell are they selling? Morbid oddities or something, maybe?
Occult objects?
Yeah,
presumably.
Probably. Huh? Crystals. Guarantee there's some crystals.
Oh, man. It's in Boston this weekend.
A lot of masks,
say
by the
they're
way.
Misunderstood.
Were they wearing masks? I didn't see
bunch
that.
of them were, yeah, lots.
Wow, Satan.
Is that from this year?
Oh yeah, this is this year. 4 days ago here. Satanists wearing masks. That's ironic.
It's in Boston this weekend. Organizers say they're misunderstood.
We don't worship anything, God or devil. We don't believe that.
Yeah, that's satanic. You don't worship anything.
No, they hate
No-
God and they love
No
death.
beliefs, though. Nothing to stand on.
No, they hate
Exist.
Christ. That's their
More
belief.
than 800
Look at all these selling satanic T-shirts.
people have registered for the sold-out 3-day-long event.
Okay, they're all wearing masks. I think this must be the footage from last year or something.
Has to be. Yeah, has to be.
Yeah, because they're this is rich, man.
This pair traveled from Virginia.
Is that a girl on the right? Looks like it might be a woman.
If it ain't, it ought to be.
A philosophy I've been interested in.
Because it is such a kind of controversial name. The
CC,
kind of-
baby.
Crocoy.
The CC. That
Yeah,
is not
I worked with one like this, and then she thought she was a boy, and she was always having some kind of problem with something.
behind it isn't really seen as much because it's like, yeah, like even things that do seem bad are not actually.
If you read
Yeah,
their
it just
fundamentals,
seems bad.
And things that seem bad are not. Like,
No, but things that seem good are horrible, like Christ in the Bible and such.
tenets, the religion calls for compassion and empathy. We heard
That's what I would expect a Satanist to look like right there.
one group chanting "All hail Satan," some even preparing rituals. But organizers tell us they're not practicing evil.
Activism on to try to uphold the separation of church and state is definitely very high up on our list.
When I talk to the attendees, a lot of them telling me they're really here to network and to find self-love and to be around people who share their same beliefs. But if you talk to the protesters across the street, they have a different idea as to what's going on inside.
We pray for them. We love them and we pray for them and we want them to know God loves them.
Well, then
Others
you
were
don't understand the
confused by
Bible, ma'am.
drums
Bible
on
says, hate what is evil.
signs and the giant statue of Mary.
I'm just trying to be here on my lunch break to go get some groceries. So
There's a reason why the convention's in Boston this year.
We picked Boston for this event largely because of a situation that's been unfolding involving Mayor Wu and the Boston City Council.
Upset their flag won't be raised at City Hall.
We can have a very serious mission and also do some trolling along the way.
Some attendees say they're unbothered by the
His shirt says trans something. It's got the trans color.
Oh man,
Can't read what it says. Original genetically.
it's about
Or-
organisms.
It says original genetically modified organisms, transgenders. Oh my goodness. Imagine wearing that walking around in public.
protesters. They're just here to learn.
I wouldn't feel comfortable lending my name to a movement that worshipped Satan, let alone anything.
In Boston,
Oh man. So it's there we go. It's satanic, but we're just gonna pretend like it's not. Is that basically what it is?
Well, it's like those people said, they're looking for camaraderie, fellowship, friendship with respect to Satan, in relation to Satan, the personification of everything evil and the prince of the power of the air. And as far as I can tell, the one who, if that's a being, it's in charge of everything. So yeah, it's all fun and games.
Sorry, Chad said the volume on that clip was a bit low. I don't know how to control that. I think
Uh-oh.
other than the volume itself on the thing, which is all the way up.
Yeah.
Can I-
Complain to CBS Boston.
I
I've
can
noticed that the a lot of the clips are becoming much more loud on YouTube videos. Have you noticed this?
well the ads for sure come in super
wouldn't-
hot for me.
Would know about that.
Oh, you got the you got the VIP.
You damn Skippy.
We on your stream yesterday, Dick came on, Freedom Grower, and we talked
Indeed.
about that chat GPT and AI and all that stuff. That
Yeah,
was a
sir.
long stream, man. That was a good stream. How many concurrent viewers did you have? What was the peak?
Well, we had several restreams, so I think the most on my channel was like 68 or 69. We're getting
Okay.
there. We're getting there, brother.
You're getting close to 500
Oh, subscribers indeed. But
subscribers.
I'm happy for the growth as long as they stick around. So far, nobody's other than a few stragglers here and there, nobody's really unsubscribing. So that's good. Trying to fly under the radar here, Drew. But the channel is at Benton JA668.
I saw Grace Thorpe yesterday. let me pull that up real quick. She was 1 second. She's already almost at 1,000. She's so close, but she's also a young woman.
Yeah, I'm an old man here, Drew.
Yeah.
Come on.
I just got to show this thumbnail because it's so funny. Hold on. Oh, where is it? Here it is. Look at, she got me in tinfoil. It says actual transphobia with arrows pointing to us here. That's funny.
Oh, I see now. I was looking at the one below it. Yeah. These men, see, since it's in quotation marks, it's ridiculous, right? These men.
Hilarious. And yeah,
tested that you do the cover of the Crowder.
After she went on that Modern Day debate and got absolutely destroyed, I think she got a big boost in subscribers.
Nice.
This guy says this guy called tinfoil a welfare Arab, and then said that about me. Someone smoking weed in their parents' basement.
Meanwhile, tinfoil works his ass off.
Yeah,
every
and I'm
fucking
sober.
day.
Gets
Gets up
just
super
say
fucking early.
With Grace, it's just all about the simps. She's got these insane simps. They think they're gonna like change her and marry her and everything like that.
I still want to see her ankles. That's what I need to see.
Her ankles?
Yeah, I need to see what the ankles look like.
Here's right here. Here's her dancing to Kate Bush. It
Oh.
says, let's see. Looks like her ankles are exposed. What a hussy.
Can we zoom in here? Looks all right so far. Mainly we want no cankle.
No cankle.
I don't know.
I mean, for what she's trying to do, she's willing to take the position to defend.
Yeah, no, that's it. I'm out.
She's willing to take the position of I'm going to defend the 100 different genders just to be an e-girl and just to get on a bigger platform and debate a topic she may not necessarily even believe in, just for the internet cloud or whatever.
I'm not able.
But at that point, what you need to do is, if you're however old she is, 19, 20, you need to just work out every day. It's going to be all about your looks and your body more than taking absurd stances, I think. That's
better get on them squats. Real quick, let me shout out some chatters here. We got Lop in the chat. Gary Baxter, good to see you. B Smiley the third. Fat Elvis Jr. and Simon Phoenix. Haven't seen that fella in a while. So shout out everybody. Good to see you.
Yeah, Simon Phoenix from Demolition Man.
Indeed.
Yeah, Smiley says Grace definitely doesn't believe all that gender BS. Yeah, I agree. She knows, but she got called in to be a last minute replacement on Modern Day Debate.
Well, lest we forget,
she got really triggered when the lady she went against, her name was like Soonvi or something. I don't know if you saw that, Benton.
No, I don't watch any of that stuff.
Let me pull it up real quick just so you can see. I'll show you what triggered her. Hold on. What triggered her when that was when she came on the. Okay, this other girl here, she's on the top left here. And she was arguing the 100 gender stuff. And then she got mad that this Sanvi girl here is like more gorgeous than her, I think. So then the guys were like simping for Sanvi instead of her in the chat. And then, but what happened when she came on with tinfoil, and I said, because he was trying to find just some B-roll stuff to play while we were talking. I said, play some Sanvi clips, and that's when she rage quit.
Nice.
She doesn't like Sanvi. Now, that's like an Iranian woman or something like that.
There are 0 genders, by the way, because lest we forget, gender is a social construct. All there is biological sex. And I understand Klinefelter syndrome and this extremely rare case of chromosomal problems. But other than that, 99.9999999% of us are biologically male or biologically female. Gender is indeed a social construct. Therefore, doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned, other than we've invented it as people.
Who's this guy? This is your long lost brother here, Brenton.
I've seen that guy
Brenton.
before.
It's Brenton. You've seen him? I've never seen him other than here.
Yeah,
that's Brenton.
No, we could not pass him off as a Benton. That's never going to work.
Okay, back to this is what I wanted to share. So then you guys have probably seen these robot dogs out here.
I have
They
seen
use
one in real life, sir.
I saw them. They used them recently in that New York building collapse or whatever. They use them for rescue. And now they're integrating the Chat GPT 4 into the brain, quote unquote, of the dog here.
Well, in that, real quick, sorry,
know,
the person that said she has a big ego for her age, she's like early 20s, right?
I think she's 20.
Aren't they all like that? I mean, I think she's probably average on the ego.
They are, but I think it might be exacerbated by her YouTube channel and the
Yes.
Simset Orbiter.
By the way, when people say, well, that's a lot of them, but when people say ego, they really mean lack of humility. Is what they mean. But go ahead, sir.
Yeah, they got. I think she has more than the average
Okay.
girl that even does like TikTok and all that. You know.
Well, you have daughters that age, so I'll yield to you on that
Yeah.
because I don't talk to 20-year-olds. So
I
don't
think
have
it would
any
just
idea.
be the platform, especially presenting yourself as like a Catholic, and then she gets those Catholic Sims to orbit her.
Yeah, if
Right,
there's any 33-year-old attractive women that for some reason would like a cranky old man in their life, holler at me.
I'm sure there's plenty.
Oh, no, there's not. I could go find them though.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Let's play this robot dog thing here. I want to see what it says. I just saw the headline thing.
We use ChatGPT to query information, and the user can ask natural questions.
I was just wondering if I could
They-
dictate to it to say something specifically. What is your battery level?
Battery level is currently at 53%.
What is the voice coming?
Why is the AI assistant's voice always female?
Well, and in any of these videos, there's somebody in there who's not a native English speaker, like every fucking time. What
That's
is
the
this?
real tech gurus.
I guess so.
It's a Google text to speech.
We give the JSON to ChatGPT and explain what the structure is and how to read that JSON. Now ChatGPT can answer questions about that JSON.
Spot, how many inspections in your next mission?
Can it teach you to speak fucking English?
Action.
Right, let's program.
You're going to say, describe your next mission,
Mhm.
right? In the context, it's going to have to be like, next mission
Guy looks like Bill Gates.
location.
Correct.
Or something
Or
like
Bill Gates' son.
last mission. That should be pretty simple to do.
The last mission was Route 66. It lasted 30 minutes and there were 2 thermal anomalies detected.
I'm more
So
interested
just-
in that art they had on the wall there, but go ahead, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, it just uses what the Chat GPT, and then they route it to a Google voice to text, and it doesn't sound that insane to me, really.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's not going to help you if you're trapped under some rubble and that dog's looking for you. Oh, whoops. I messed up.
Man, the way things are going, if I'm trapped under some rubble, just go ahead and leave me there.
I thought this clip was interesting here, man. Listen to this one. It's only a minute.
Because the goal is to make us into what they call global citizens. Have you heard this?
You already
term?
are.
This term is nonsense. There's no global sovereign, so there is no global citizenship. There's no relationship because there's no ruler, and we don't want a ruler of the globe.
Too late.
Nonsense term.
They just had a conference about him.
You actually read their literature. What is a global citizen? It's somebody, I kid you not, I make no joke. They say this themselves. It's somebody who supports the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations Agenda 2030. That's a global citizen. And they say, what are the rights of a global citizen? This is in a book about global citizenship education published 2 years ago. What are the rights of a global citizen? And the answer, one paragraph later, is we're not that interested in rights with global citizenship. It's more about global responsibilities. In other words, slavery. Because the goal is to make us into what they call global citizens. Have you heard this term?
What do you think
Yeah,
about that?
he's going to go right along with it, man. He paid for that suit there somehow. He drives a nice automobile. I'm sure he lives in a nice home, earns a nice salary. Whatever he's got to do in the future, that's what he's going to do, and his kids are going to do it too. He is what he claims to be speaking out against. So I can't find anything to respect in this bozo. But he's given lip service, and these idiots fall for it every time now, don't they? Oh, man, somebody's saying that thing I agree with.
What are they saying?
All that stuff he said.
Oh, that guy, you mean?
Yeah, I was being...
I was trying to figure out, how do I send you the credentials to this thing?
It's in the members. You got to go to your main StreamYard. If you right-click on the goose or whatever the fuck that is, what's that? A
Oh,
duck?
I got to go to the, like...
If you right-click, open new... Right-click, open in new tab, and then click members. You got to punch in my email and make me either an admin or a co-host.
When I open new tab, nothing happens. It just
I
brings
don't
up
know,
a
man.
blank.
That's what happens when you try to do tech support. So anyway, one day when you're wherever you went to make this broadcast, there's an option on the left for members.
Hold it down for a second. You do the Benton show for a second. Let me see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sick of all this, man. I'm just tired of these people. Oh, well, what's a global citizen? And he's standing up there he's corporate. Shout out to the Paul Enslaved. He's the corporate male slave or whatever we're calling him, right? He's going to do what he's told. And what they've told him to do is, well, go up here and speak out against this stuff. So when people come across it in the media or when it starts to happen, as it's already been happening in their local communities, lest we forget, these people at least feel like somebody spoke out, right? He's a part of the whole thing. He knows what's going on, or he just doesn't care. He's going to do, whatever he's got to do. He's going along to get along. But now we can feel like, look, this person's trying to stop it, whatever it is. Oh, the slavery. Meanwhile, I was looking into the writings. Oh, he's back. All right.
There we go. I think I sent you. I think I did it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna check my email.
Gert's in the house.
Shout out to NA Thought Experiment.
Big story this morning was Russia claiming Ukraine used drone attempt. Let's look it up. Sanvi, Grace's arch rival here.
All right, I'm part of the team. Bam.
Russia accuses Ukraine of attempting to kill Putin with drone attack.
I probably have to drop out and come back in to do stuff. I'll be right back.
Yep. That shit looked weak. There's a little drone. Looks like it just dropped a little firecracker. Was that supposed to kill Putin? I don't know, it looked pretty weak to me. But that's the story, the narrative they're painting. The kamikaze drone was to kill Putin. Thing looked like it just dropped a tiny little Molotov cocktail or something.
Well, Drew wouldn't know. He doesn't watch movies, but yeah, that's exactly right. Looked like an 80s Hollywood film.
Oh, yeah.
Morning, Cecil. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Cecil.
Good. Got my freaking taco shop hat going on here. Hold on. There we go.
Just doxed yourself, sir.
No, I didn't.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's over. I saw it.
Yeah, congratulations. You know the name of a taco shop I used to work for up in Seattle like 10 years ago.
Nice cover.
That's right. Yeah, throw them off your trail, Cecil.
Hell yeah. Okay, yeah.
The king is back, the chat says.
Gotta go change out cars today because this one might be going to the shop.
What are you driving there, Cecil?
I drive a Chrysler. Well, this one's a Chrysler. And let me tell you what, I'm very happy with their products. But no, now I have to go change out to my Rice Rocket.
Okay. Did you just shift a gear there? Is this a manual transmission?
Yes, sir, it is.
Well, then you avoided the problems with most Chryslers, the automatic transmission, so you're golden.
Oh, is that a fact?
Well, depending on the year.
Yeah. This one's a little bit older, but still, it's a quality product. I've been able to live in the back of it. So, I mean, there's that.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, it needs a little bit of work, so I need to give it a rest and go get my freaking 30, 40 mile to the hour or a gallon to the mile vehicle out of storage here. What I made the bulk of my money on DoorDash with, and I'll just start driving. I'll live in this thing like 1 or 2 days a week, and then I'll drive my other vehicle to save on gas. Although this thing's engine isn't that big. I drive almost exclusively 4-bangers.
Nice. I like it.
Anyway, what are you guys doing?
This?
Peeking at some of these headlines.
What's going on?
They said there was an attempted assassination on Putin, and then there's this video of a drone dropping just a tiny little like explosion on an embassy or something. It didn't even pierce the roof, it looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Assassins are after Putin, apparently.
Dude, all I see in the news is Ukraine winning, Russia sucks, Russia's using outdated tanks, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, isn't that a weird narrative, don't you think? That seems very weird to me.
Yeah.
The fact that people believe it, I think, is very weird.
Dude, I would be driving down the street up there in Seattle and people would have Ukrainian flags in their front yard and shit.
Oh, yeah. That's how you know they're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They got the sticker on their car or something like that. You know it's a certified nut. I like all that stuff, man. Like nowadays, when someone's in the store with a mask, I know you're a nut. Like I know to stay away from you. Like that's just the signal.
100%.
Right. And to a certain level, I always thought that, you know, the whole CV-19 thing was just a preliminary drill to see who were the nutcases, who are the people that will comply, who, you know?
Yeah, that was a big part of it.
Yeah, a big like test to see like who just believes what's on the news, lock, stock, and barrel without question.
Yeah, it didn't match your reality you saw with your eyes when you went outside, but they were painting a completely different picture in the TV, and then some people actually believed the TV over their own eyes.
Yeah.
I state you would never know. Like if the TV wasn't talking about a pandemic, when no one would have ever known anything.
Yeah, and all these supposed hospital closures and all this bully. Like,
yeah. Speaking of that, there was a resurgence the other day. I should pull these up of people talking about what was the deal with the what do you call it? The TikTok dancing nurses. What? That was so weird, man. Let me pull that up, guys.
Like something like we're all supposed to be under lockdown, but the hospitals are empty, and all the nurses were like doing dance videos or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
By the way, 36 cases came out of a recent CDC meeting. So the CDC had a meeting, and like 36 of the people after the conference tested positive, whatever that means, because we know the test means nothing.
Right.
Yeah. What? Stop with the music. What's the what is? Are these like CGI? Complete CGI rendered people, or are they really doing this, man? Like, obviously, some people probably really did it, but I wonder if some of the original ones are just like CGI rendered, just to get people to kind of start doing it.
Well, yeah.
So you're you're under like a medical emergency and you're overwhelmed because there's just so many cases in there, and then they inundated you with this propaganda here that they're just in there throwing ass in the hospital.
Well, and it's such an emergency. We're going to go up onto the helipad and do a dance. Meanwhile, wouldn't possibly people be getting flown in as we speak if it was an actual, pandemic? To me, it's just showing you that there's nobody here. So it's like we got all this space for ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
Well,
at
they were
this
all
space.
empty. Any non any elective surgeries were all completely canceled. Or
Yeah,
elective
it's
procedures, unless it
well,
was
but then
anything to do with COVID.
sorry to interrupt, but and then it's an emergency, but we've got plenty of time to get in our, dressed up and then just dance around and choreograph all of this. This is how busy we are. We can do all of this.
What a bizarre twist that was. It was just like a mockery, I think, to the people that could see it right away, a gaslighting thing.
Well, they figured out that, a la the truth community and so on and so forth, various private investigators, that they have to run to layered psyops now. Because you got a layer for the complete and total dumbasses, and then right above that, you have to have a layer for like the truthers and all the people that are gonna like try to put two and two together and figure out, oh wait, there's something up here. And for those people, their MO is just confuse the crap out of them. So that's kind of what that makes me think that this is. It's like people don't know what to think by this. Like people are dancing. You know what I mean? That's my theory.
I mean, just the time to even choreograph and learn the dance, much less record it and everything. I mean, to me, bizarre. But I thought it's funny that this was just kind of trending again recently.
Shout out to RT. We are forgetting how utterly insane all this stuff was for almost 3 years. I'll never forget, sir. There's not a day I'm not fully aware of what just happened, but we know most of these folks will just it's a way to cope, right? Just suppress and not even, deal with that trauma. Very traumatic. It's a very traumatic event for many people for a prolonged period of time, lest we forget.
Here's a great comment. Choreographed videos masking social distancing and censorship of misinformation were all part of the PSYOP to accompany the planned and war-gamed pandemic inflicted upon humanity. We were all supposed to unquestionably comply with the directives of the overlords. Doing so would make us part of the in crowd shown in those videos. If we did not, we were to become outcasts of society and dehumanized. Well said. Looking for more of this. Sorry, more. It's a bizarre thing to me. I don't know. A lot of the truther people tie that back into the chat probably knows more than me, but there was like an Olympics ceremony. I don't remember the year, maybe 2012 Olympic ceremony where they had I guess I can look it up. There was like a ceremony and it showed a bunch of sick children in beds or something, and then everyone was dancing around them.
Yeah,
something like
sick.
that. See if I can...
Yeah, sick. That will potentially get the stream taken down, though. I know they're pretty strict on that halftime stuff.
Oh,
Maybe
on the yeah, you're right. You can't play the Olympics. Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Well, maybe you can by now. I know you can't when it's still fresh.
Yeah, I'd rather not try it. Maybe there's some images I can show or something.
Uh-oh.
Versus. Yeah, London Olympic Games predicted it, and they say, of course, no, says it's false. Oh, the video. Yeah, look at the video is even blocked here on
Nice.
Nopes or routers. Yeah, here it is. A bunch of pictures of it. So it's the Olympic in London. If you guys want to look it up. Yeah, and they showed a baby. They're saying it did not predict it, and then there was tons of nurses around these beds. There was like Grim Reaper dude out here. It was pretty wild. Closing ceremony, is that what it was? The opening ceremony, London Olympics 2012 opening ceremony. If you guys want to look at that up, because I don't think I can play it here. Look at that crap. Fat Elvis. I was totally ostracized for not masking at the job I had in 2020. Was there for 10 years and had to leave the place in August that year because it got so started. Yeah, me too. After 13 years, man, it was so insane that I had to first I took a little time off, and then when I came back, it was, of course, mask up, and then it got so crazy that they let you take the mask off for a while, and then they brought it back like a couple weeks later. And then I stepped down to part-time just so I could kind of manage it better. And so then it was, if I was shopping in there, I didn't have to wear it. So if I had to wear it while I worked, while I standing next to these guys, I had to wear it. But as soon as I clocked out early in the day, because I was only part-time, then I could go shop the store, take it off, and walk by the same people without a mask. Like, what are we doing at this point, right? This is just a delusion at this point. And everywhere, too, the other thing that pissed me off the most was that right on the boxes of these masks it says this mask does not protect against the 19. So what the hell are we doing?
Whatever we're told, because we're slaves.
Now I wonder if that was the same down here in Florida. I was in Minnesota, like commie hotbed. So a lot more people went along to get along. So right when I got down here in Florida, I met a guy and I told him what I just said. And this guy told me, he lives here. He said, man, if they make a fuss, I just wear the mask underneath my nose and kind of cover my chin a little. He said, and if they come up to me and they say, sir, you got to pull that up above your nose, I say, nope, I'm not a Democrat. What's Cecil doing here, man? What's he got going on?
DoorDash or something.
Cecil's always like moving boxes around or like doing something.
Bro, he never stops moving. Him and Lou Bass, same thing.
You're quiet. You're
Hang
muted.
on,
Changing cars. I told you. I'm changing cars.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Switching cars. Yeah, Smiley says even the N95 didn't protect. It's ridiculous. Enough of the 19 talk. Gets me riled up.
And Americans don't care about health in the first place, so it's obviously.
Oh, exactly. Well, I see the exact
health.
opposite. The people that wear it now are like the big fatsos, or people in like those little.
I got my protective gear right here for COVID-19s.
You're prepared, man.
Ready to go.
You're ready for the nuclear fallout.
I am.
You need that shit in Oregon with all them wildfires, man.
We're not yet into fire season. It's coming though.
I was down in Southern Oregon, and they announced, "Hey, don't be outside without some kind of extra oxygen." And I was camping outside, and dude, I'd like took a nap in the middle of the day at one point, which I never do because I think I wasn't getting enough oxygen. Friggin' wildfires, man.
This is something I've never experienced. So since I've only been in Florida for a year and a half now, I don't know if this is a common thing. Whoops. They pushed this to my phone today, like a tornado warning or something. It's called a red flag fire weather warning. I've never heard of this. Is this a thing, or is this like one of these new weather things?
I don't know. Never seen it, but I'm familiar with that area of Florida where the exclamation point is.
So they're saying like, yeah, it's like low humidity, breezy winds, and critically dry fuels. So they're just saying it's like weather where a fire could erupt, I guess. But it was pushed to my phone like a damn hurricane watch or something like that. Like, I was like, what the hell?
Well, and I'd like to respond to this comment. Sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Real quick, yeah.
All right, here, I'll quit.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. Nanoparticles are so tiny, masks do nothing. Well, let's just assume that the masks worked. These people don't have enough control of themselves anyway. They don't know what they're doing with their hands and their face. So hypothetically, let's just say the mask did work. They're still going to die if it's actually a deadly thing. Because at some point, they're going to not wear it properly or not change it enough to make it effective. So even if it did what people thought it did, it still wouldn't matter. They'd be dead.
Hater Dave says he got the same warning in Minnesota. I feel like it's a new, maybe it's always existed, but they don't really talk about it. But now they're adding it to the push to your phone.
Did you just go to weather for that? I want to see if Arkansas is burning down.
Squirrel says it's new. I got one push through my weather app a few weeks ago. Weird.
Well, I don't see anything, but who knows? I don't know how you got to there. What is that? Just weather.com or whatever?
I just typed Jacksonville fire warning because it already came to my phone.
I got you. Fire warning.
Let me play this for a second, dude. Can you see it? Yeah, there we go. This is pretty funny. I'll play just like a minute of it.
Hold on, ladies. There's a knot in the chain. Let me fix it.
This guy's just fucking with them before he lets them go.
Guys. My dummy. I'm so dumb. I forgot to put the shoulder straps on. Hold on, guys. Your shoulder straps. They're right behind you. You got to pull them on down.
What a dick.
I don't ride any of that bullshit, by the way.
Oh yeah, me neither. People think I'm
Never.
like a pussy or something. I just don't go on any of that bullshit.
Bro, I dived head first off a 40-foot bluff one time into the lake. It's not a lack of courage. I do not do that bullshit.
Yeah, I don't do any of those fucking
None of
rides.
it,
None
ever.
of it. Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Nope.
Which my mom was like the biggest pussy about everything, and she went on this thing in Minnesota called the Wild Thing. It's like the craziest ride they have up there. So some of the times I'm like, damn, well, even my mom did it.
Oh, I'm not scared of it. I'm not just, it seems pointless to me. It's like skydiving. Yeah, sure, I could, but no thanks.
Yeah, it's like I just think it's like that shit's gonna break. You see that shit all the time. It's breaking and shit. What's the point of it?
I used to work for a carnival.
You were a carny?
I was a carny for a little bit, yep. And let me tell you what.
Shocking.
If you knew how fucked up some of those ride jocks get off duty, you would not be putting your kids on that fucking ride. Let me tell you that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah.
The only ones I do is like in the mall, inside the Mall of America. They have these weak little. It's like a little roller coaster. It's just mostly like kind of just goes up. It's almost like a little train thing with like. I'll go on that thing. As I'm confident they're checking that one every single day and stuff. But any of this other stuff, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm terrified. You're right.
All right, let's go.
Shout out to Kim, by the way.
Go Team Rice Rocket.
Yeah, let's go. We're almost to 100 people, man. Share the stream.
Yeah, we hit it briefly.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, 103 as the most I saw.
Gotta lock my gas tank so nobody freaking tries to steal
Damn,
me.
you got to do that out there.
I say drug test the carnies, and if they're not on drugs, then they can't operate the rides.
When we were younger, we went on this Ferris wheel and we were smoking weed on the Ferris wheel. And then we got down to the bottom and like the carny dude jumped in our cart and we were like in high school. We thought we were in trouble. We're like, shit. And then he's like, let me hit that, man. he went around a whole spin with us and was hitting the thing.
Yeah.
Jumped
Dude, LA, when we used to play LA, because this was in Southern California, right? We're playing LA, right? And all these fucking gangbangers and shit are getting on the ride. And dude, so a lot of those rides shake shit out of people's pockets. right?
Oh, sure.
So we're standing around, and what was it? I think it was the Zipper or one of those rides. Fucking guns, vials of cocaine, gold chains, all kinds of shit. It's just flying out of this ride, you know? And we were just like, well, fuck it, dude. I didn't see shit. Let me just, you know? Okay. So I'm ready. I'm strapped in here, ready to go. Go Team Rice Rocket. Okay. Switching to an automatic here so my foot doesn't find the clutch. Okay, we should be good to go. Woo!
I did find hold on. I need to start searching these damn TikToks. They're so cringe. TikTok is literally the most cringe thing, especially when it's adults, which a lot of it is adults and boomers. Cringe is the new fringe.
Football stadiums from above.
Oh my god.
Well, I get made fun of for loosely following Fish Tank, but that's way better than whatever all this is.
Yeah, look at these things. I mean, I don't even know which ones to click. They all look crazy.
In 2010, In 2010, Eric Lewis disappeared off the side of a mountain during a hiking trip with two of his friends. Eric and his friends were hiking Mount Rainier. As they were climbing, the lead climber would take a rest every so often, and the two would catch up. They'd all rest together, and then they'd start moving up again. It's important to note that it had just snowed the night before, so they could see all of their footprints. And it's important to remember that they were all tethered together on one line. At one of the stops, Eric doesn't show. They pull up his line, and it's slack. It's been cut. They descend the mountain. They don't find any footprints except the footprints leading up the mountain. So Eric doesn't seem to have walked back down the mountain. They go to report it to the authorities. They start searching, and they still find no footprints coming down the mountain. What they do find is Eric's gear in an icy cave about 200 feet from the trail they were on. There are no footprints leading to the cave. There are no footprints leading away from the cave, and Eric's body is not in the cave. It has been 11 years, and Eric's body has not been found. There is no trace of Eric Lewis. There is no explanation for how his gear got in the cave. Eric simply disappeared off the side of a mountain without anybody hearing it or seeing it. How?
Mountain lion. That's what I would say.
Yeah, unfortunately, due to my pseudo autism, I'm unable to follow out of context stories. I have absolutely no idea what he just said.
Well, he also got the crazy like noises going on in the background. It's basically he's talking about the missing 4-in-1 Dave Pilates stories.
So what I figured out is that any story, you can boil it down to a one-sentence description of exactly what happened. If somebody gives me that first, then I can follow the story. Otherwise, I don't even listen anymore because I have no ability to follow the story. But people still tell me stories for some reason. Not you, Drew, but just random people.
You know, did you ever look into those Dave Pilates missing 4-in-1?
No, sounds interesting though. I love that true crime and all that mystery, and I used to get into some of those like random missing broad podcasts, Vanished or whatever they're called. I like a lot of those.
That's where our boy Davey Crocco excelled. He was a true crime mom. Rest in peace, Davey Crocco.
Yeah, we had that in common. Yeah, I love the true crime. Yeah, shout out to Crocco. You almost got me with that thumbnail, Drew. You bastard.
That's just a placeholder thumbnail. We'll make a.
You almost got me.
I want it to be
close.
I want it to be. I don't want people sad. I don't think Davey would want people sad and crying over him.
Almost made with the waterworks.
And still, I haven't heard anybody that knows what happened. There's a lot of speculation, of course, but I've heard all kinds of different stories, so I haven't heard any.
Yeah, unless it comes from the family, I wouldn't.
Yeah, and then
somebody who was there
already said they don't want a public obituary and whatever. So anything you hear will just be speculation at this point, I think. So Friday night on my channel, the Chalk Body Outline channel, we'll do a celebration of life for Davey Crocco. We'll do Crocco de Mayo.
Well, it's a special event because I'm staying up for this, and I go to sleep at 6 p.m. most nights, so I'm probably pulling an all-nighter. So
yeah,
that's how serious this is. I will be there.
Yeah, and
so there's no obituary?
No, the family doesn't want an obituary.
Not going to be one.
Highly sus.
No, the family has to submit it. So there's not just like automatically an obituary.
Okay, well,
That's how that
here's
works.
my theory. Here's my theory. He's in rehab, and the family is telling everybody, all his friends or whatever, because they don't know who his connect is and who isn't, that he's dead. Like, don't worry about it. Don't go looking his ass up. None of that.
No, there's a funeral on Friday. Supposedly, the funeral is going to be live streamed by the actual church. David gonna get one more stream in.
Well,
did you see the
yeah.
Owen Benjamin bullshit that he posted? Owen Benjamin.
I'd rather not watch it personally.
No,
but
we're
I
not
heard-
going to
I heard
watch
about
it. But what
I
a
heard
piece of
about it.
shit!
But we
Yeah,
already knew
was
he
ma-
was a piece of shit. What do you expect?
Right, he was
I
making
mean-
like a song. It was like Guns N' Roses, "Sweet Child of Mine," but it was "Sweet Troll of Mine" or "Dead Troll of Mine" or something like. I can't remember, but it was so
You guys
lame.
talking about Owen Benjamin?
Owen, yeah, because he hated. Well, him and Crocco. were mad,
Well,
so he
yeah,
was, like, dancing on
Crocco.
the grave of Davy Crocco.
Crocco was on his ass for literally years.
Davy Crocco is still psychologically terrorizing Owen from beyond the grave. I bet Davy would like that.
Davey was fucking fearless. I mean, the fact is, he motherfucker wasn't scared of nothing.
Yeah, Davy didn't give a fuck.
Nope.
So yeah, sad that he's gone. The other day I went to the gas station and I prepaid $20 on the pump, and I was thinking about him. And I went in and prepaid, and then I just got in and drove out. I drove away. I drove like 10, 15 minutes away, and then I'm like, shit, I'm almost out of gas. Like, I didn't even put the gas in because I was thinking about Davey, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, well, shit, hopefully somebody got it that needed it. That happened to me one time is I pulled up to a pump. I had, at this point in my life, I had no money. I literally had maybe like $1.50 in coins I was going to put in the gas tank just to get home from my job. And like the pump had been prepaid $20 where I pulled up to. So
Oh, you just let it ride? Oh, you just let it ride.
well, like it was, I don't remember how I figured it out, but somehow it was like already prepaid and I just pumped it and dipped out. But hopefully somebody got it. The one that I paid, somebody got it that needed it.
Well, you could have went back, presumably.
I know, but I was already like 15 minutes away. I was like,
Oh,
fuck.
okay. Gotcha.
About our boy Davey.
But when you talk about driving off and not pumping the gas, dude, that's my daily life. I'm so head in the clouds. I have to force myself to be in the moment when I'm doing shit because I'll just go autopilot. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing.
Not me, motherfuckers. I got full service gas stations in Oregon, bitch. Woo!
Now you know why.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
when it's busy, that shit sucks.
Eh.
It does. I fueled in Oregon a lot. I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's better than not having somebody pump it for you, I would say.
Yeah, I got some cute girl. I'm like, go ahead, get the windows there.
Yeah.
Lick
Well,
the
I
balls.
do like that they have jobs too, because some of those little towns, man, it's good that they're having to employ people to do that.
Well, yeah, because the fucking Democrats are saying they have to keep the mills closed half the year because of animals. You know, open the sawmills up, cut some trees down. We got some jobs.
Everyone's riding in here. We got 124 people in the house, man.
Amazing. That's a lot of people here to listen to Cecil Hawk Loogies.
Fuck yeah.
You want to switch it over to your side, Ben? You ready?
Brother, whatever's clever, man. You're
Go
the,
ahead and switch it over. I'll end it here and then I'll jump over there. I'm gonna put the link.
Here, I'll drop the link. Give me a second.
Yep.
Two in the link, one in the stink.
I'm gonna play a random TikTok video conspiracy here. There's a Mario conspiracy.
It takes all colors to make a rainbow, except black. It takes all colors to make.
What the hell was that? Damn you, Mario.
Mario's a
I want to know
racist.
the only Mandela effect that actually fucks me up. No? Well, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Also, ignore all the background noise. It's these little guys running around. Anyway, it's the color of yield signs. I remember I was like Googling about the Mandela effect and they said the color of yield signs and I was like, they're yellow. And it was like, no, stupid, they're red. And I was literally like, no, when the fuck did that change? It must have been recently because I remember being a kid and seeing yellow ones. And I was like, I know that they're yellow
Why does she look
because
like
you have
that?
to slow down at them. And I was like, well, you slow down at a yellow light. So that makes sense. But no, they're red and they have been red since like.
I can't look
Oh,
at that
I'm
person
not a
anymore.
moderator, so you're gonna have to make that into a
Oh,
link,
you're-
sir.
Well, how do I do that?
Just I don't know.
Put it in the private.
Copy and paste.
Why do
it, I
people
guess.
look? Why do young people look like that now?
Because they went to SatanCon or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you're right. What,
dude? I'm telling you, there used to be a time when if a girl had multicolored hair, it's because she was into anime. And
I
that
thought
was
you were gonna
it.
say they're gonna say anal.
That's what I thought he was going to.
Oh man.
You dirty motherfuckers. Nah, dude. Nah.
Tats on face guaranteed never to hold a job. Well, they hire him now. There's so many tats on face. I think they gotta hire him.
Guys, if you're not following what is going on inside of Google right
And
now,
what's
it
this
is
thing
I
too,
don't
where
know.
all the young men now wear nail polish? Are we just the grumpy old men now, dude? We're so far out of touch.
Yeah, you haven't figured that out yet?
I'm just getting the sense of it. So when we were young, the old people were like, look at these guys fucking baggy pants. Look at this shit.
Cecil, come back. You're all Mr. Roboto. Come back. Drop out and
Like,
come
the
back.
old people were looking at us like this, right? At one time
I would imagine. Yeah.
when we were young men.
Well,
Way
not me.
back in the day.
Not me, of course.
is disturbing. So a Google engineer has been suspended for breach of confidentiality for
I
attempting
already
to
know what he's gonna say. The AI is self-aware. Too much, man. Did the world end in 2012?
The
Part 2.
normie is a baby truther.
Yeah, look at these are all normies, and they're into
Yeah.
all these Mandela effect, all this type of stuff.
Those
man.
people podcasting, I think I've seen some of their clips.
This guy here,
The two guys, like
the
not
two
that dude,
Asian.
to the left. They're like bozos, but they seem pretty entertaining, I have to say. If it's the same
Yao
ones
Ming
I'm-
theory. There's a
the same
Yao
ones
Ming
I'm
theory.
thinking
There's a theory that Yao Ming was made in a lab. What? You know about that?
I believe that.
Nah. Okay. So in China, you know
Yeah.
how the US always ruled the Olympics,
Mhm.
right? So they had MJ, they had the dream team, right?
Mhm.
So they were like, we want to get on top. They were scouting for people like when they're kids. They make sure that they breed them so they can become a certain sport. So they'll take a child and breed them mostly for basketball.
What do you mean breed them like scientifically?
No. Like they'll take them and make sure their whole life is dedicated to this
Oh
sport.
yeah, that's like in Rocky, fam.
Here's the thing
Mhm.
with Yao Ming. Okay, so his mom and dad
Yeah.
were taken from when they were children and they were bred to play basketball.
No way.
This led to a forced marriage. They had Yao Ming.
No way.
Right? Supposedly made Yao Ming take all these practices 6 days a week, right? And he wasn't
Isn't it-
getting the key.
Isn't it the same in America? You don't think LeBron James practiced 6 days a week?
Well, in USSR, that's exactly how they ran their Olympic program.
I would
Because
assume in the
right.
United States too, though, especially the premier elite athletes like LeBron. I'm sure they're pumped full of like the latest
Tiger
greatest,
Woods, man. Tiger
yeah,
Woods.
latest greatest steroids and everything like that from a young age. I'm sure. Yeah,
You forgot we were shutting down. I don't care. We can keep going.
Oh
over here.
yeah,
We can go
that's
over
right.
here.
Let's dump. Let's dump. Wait, what is it? Dump into Doomville.
Dump them into Doomerville.
All right, fired up, man. Let's go.